Hello everyone. Today I'm going to tell you a story that sends chills down your spine. This isn't just a case, it's a haunting mystery that challenges our understanding of normalcy and morality. Those with a sensitive heart, be warned. What you're about to hear demands strong nerves and will stir powerful emotions. The conclusions are yours to make. Let's begin. Now, let's transport ourselves to the quiet, almost forgotten town of Slaughter, nestled in East Feliciana Parish, Louisiana. It was here, in 1995, that a seemingly devout and respectable family moved into a spacious two-story home. Sheila and Clay Fletcher, along with their 9-year-old daughter, Lacey Ellen. At first glance, they appeared to be just another typical American family. But behind those walls, year after year, a chilling secret was festering, one the world wouldn't uncover until decades later. Sheila Fletcher once served as an assistant district attorney and later became the mayor of her small town. Her husband, Clay, worked for a nonprofit organization. In Slaughter, they were seen as a respectable, God-fearing family. Their daughter, Lacey, long awaited and deeply loved, appeared to be a cheerful, active girl. She attended the old Brownfield Baptist Academy and even played sports. But during her school years, Lacey was diagnosed with autism. Still, her parents refused to place her in a special school, insisting she remain in a regular classroom. Over time, Lacey began to withdraw, struggling to connect with peers and quietly suffering from bullying. Eventually, the Fletchers pulled her out of school and switched to homeschooling. From that moment on, the seemingly perfect life of the Fletcher family began to unravel. Lacey suffered from severe autism and crippling social anxiety. By the time she turned 16, she had vanished from public view. No more walks, no more doctors, no signs of life outside her home. Her parents, Sheila and Clay, would simply say, "She's still here, she's fine." But nothing could be further from the truth. Medical records show the Fletchers last spoke to a psychologist in 2010, a decade after their first visit in 2000. That was the final time any professional heard about Lacey. From then on, she was hidden from the world. According to her parents, Lacey refused to leave the house. She was terrified of the outside world, prone to panic attacks, rejecting food, medicine, and any form of help. At first, Sheila and Clay tried to care for her. But as the years dragged on, that care turned into indifference and eventually into neglect. Lacey stopped getting up. Her body weakened. Pressure sores covered her skin. She soiled herself and lay motionless on the same sofa day and night. Her mother occasionally cleaned her, but eventually, even that became rare. Sheila claimed Lacey developed locked-in syndrome, a horrifying condition where a person is fully conscious but trapped inside a paralyzed body. No movement, no speech, only the ability to blink and move her eyes up and down. Trapped. And yet, no one checked on her. Not the neighbors, not doctors, not social workers. A teenage girl disappeared for 12 years, and the world just looked the other way. All the while, her parents lived normally. They kept working, smiled at neighbors, went on vacations. Later, they would explain. She was an adult. It was her choice. As if choosing to rot alive on a blood and feces-soaked couch could ever be called a choice. On January 3rd, 2022, Sheila Fletcher made a frantic call to 911, claiming her daughter was unresponsive and begging for help. When officers arrived at the Fletcher home, they were immediately hit with an overwhelming stench of rot and decay. There, on a brown leather couch, sunken deep into a massive indentation just 18 inches from the wall, lay Lacey. Her body was curled on its side, wearing nothing but a blue shirt. Her eyes were wide open, her mouth agape, as if frozen in silent terror. Lacey's body reportedly weighed just 97 pounds at the time of her death. Her legs were thin and crossed against her abdomen. Her skin was covered in sores, smeared feces, and insect bites, with maggots visibly crawling on her. Even her hair and ears were reportedly soiled. Her buttocks were worn down to raw tissue, and her back and thighs had turned completely black, allegedly due to years of immobility. Between the couch and the wall, investigators found a large urine stain, and pieces of yellow couch foam were even discovered inside Lacey's mouth. It became immediately clear she had not been receiving proper care. Sheila and Clay Fletcher were taken into custody that same day. The disturbing details inside that living room left even seasoned officers visibly shaken. The autopsy revealed something truly chilling. Lacey had allegedly been dead for 1 to 2 full days before Sheila finally picked up the phone to call 911. According to reports, the Fletchers would often go on trips, leaving their daughter behind alone, starving and helpless. Over time, Lacey's muscles had atrophied so severely that she could no longer lift herself from the couch. Vermin had reportedly begun to crawl up from beneath the sofa, gnawing at her legs. As her body fused to the furniture soaked in waste, she became a prisoner in her own filth. She suffered from extreme malnutrition and severe bone infections, which allegedly led to sepsis. At one point, desperate and left to survive on her own, Lacey is said to have eaten her own waste and pieces of the couch's foam to stay alive while her parents were away for the holidays. One forensic expert, with over 15 years of experience, said what he witnessed inside the Fletcher home was unlike anything he'd ever seen. "I couldn't eat for a week after examining Lacey. I've dealt with some of the worst cases imaginable, but nothing prepared me for what I saw in that house. No other crime scene has ever affected me like this." Sheila and Clay Fletcher were charged with second-degree murder. However, just before their court date in June 2023, both were reportedly released on bail set at $600,000. The decision sparked outrage, leaving many to question how justice could possibly be served. The most tragic part is that Lacey's parents continue to live their normal lives, as if nothing ever happened. They show no remorse, no sense of guilt. Almost nothing remains of Lacey. No new photos, no messages, no memories still alive. Just faded images of a shy girl with a clear gaze, and then silence. As if she vanished long before her physical death. Neighbors remember the light in her window. One day it simply went out and never returned. No one came to check. No one heard her dying. What truly happened inside that house over those 12 years is a chilling mystery. The trial is still ahead, but answers may never come. Only the cold silence soaked into the walls remains the last witness to Lacey Fletcher's final chapter. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more dark and gripping stories ahead.